Namaste, my dear friends. Myself, I am Devi Chakka from New Jersey, USA. Today, we are celebrating second day of Devi Navaratri. We are going through wonderful wisdom journey of these Devi Navaratris. Before going to this second day of wisdom, I would like to thank my mom, Krishnavani ma'am, for giving this wonderful knowledge to me. And I want to give my heartfelt tributes to Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji, my Guruji. So, coming back to our Devi Navaratri celebrations, what a wonderful celebration, my dear friends. 9 days of celebration and 10th day called Vijayadasami. What is Vijayam means? Vijaya means victory. The real victory. What is the real victory, my dear friends? The real victory is conquering our intrinsic enemies, which is Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Mascharya's. Kama means lust, Krodha means anger, Lobha means greed, Moha means delusionary attachments, Madha means pride, and Mascharya means jealous. These intrinsic enemies are called Arishad Vargas or Asura Gunas. These Asura Gunas are within us. We need to win and we need to kill these Asura Gunas within us, my dear friends. When we have control over these Asura Gunas, which is Arishad Vargas, or negative qualities, we achieve victory over the intrinsic enemies. We celebrate actual Vijayadasami, real Vijayadasami in our life. When we achieve victory over worldly affairs without any spiritual wisdom, and we continue to feed on these Arishad Vargas. But when we achieve victory over ourselves with the help of spiritual knowledge, and when we are aware of these Arshad Vargas, we live our life with humbleness and harmony. One invests a great amount of time and effort in daily life, day-to-day achievements like personal achievements and professional achievements, in sports related activities to meet one's goals and expectations. If you are good in badminton, you spend a lot of time in that badminton. If you are good at chess, you spend a lot of time on that. And if you want to get any promotion or betterment in your career or business, you spend a lot of time on that, right? Just like that, similarly, one has to invest in time and effort to practice conquering these enemies. With these enemies are within us. To achieve victory over them, we have to spend time, my dear friends. We have to do some practices. So first, let us understand what is these enemies and how these enemies work within us. Kama means impulse lust. Impulse lust means the too much of desire. The desire comes from ignorance and comparison. Desire comes from attachment. That is what Kama. Having a desire of certain things is normal, but having excessive desire or being greedy for certain things might be unnecessary. So when we get master over this Kama, we come out of this ignorant and comparison kind of desires. We step into that desire, what kind of desire we have, why we took, with what desire we took this birth on this planet. We align to that higher desire coming from our soul state, and we align to our life purpose, my dear friends. And next come to Krodha. Every this Arshad Varga, this negative energy have positive polites in. When we master and work on this negative energy, that will become and transform into a positive energy. And Krodha. Krodha means impulse energy, impulse anger. One should know the difference between anger and being irritable. Anger is a state of exhibition when someone goes wrong, and or else we have to some bad thing is going on in that moment. We have to correct that. Anger is expressed to correct that mistake. Usually, the gurus and spiritual masters, enlightened people, may express anger in the particular situation. Anger expressed in such situations that higher with a higher purpose to guide disciples in a proper way to make us more better persons like that. And it just persists momentarily. On the other hand, krodha is the state when one keep remembering the events in that happened in the past and are not able to forgive the people and from the past whatever happened to us. We don't want to move forward. They they burden themselves in carrying those negative energy, hatred, and all times we tempt towards to recall all those memories and relive all those negative emotions within us. And unfavorable situation, we recall all those unfavorable situation and we relive those anger within us from the past and repeatedly we do that. That is krodha. This is our biggest enemy, my dear friends. Whatever you feel, that's what you are going to create again. Yad bhavam tad bhavati. So with ignorance, with by holding this krodha, we recall all those negative emotions, past stories, and by feeling that, releasing all those kind of emotions, we again and again attract those kind of situations, my dear friends. So we have to come out of that krodha by spiritual knowledge, practicing, and by practicing forgiveness. Okay. Then coming to lobha. Lobha means implies greed. When one possesses adequate money and it is they have capable to sharing a part of it. We have so much of money we are able to share, but refuse to utilize the and refuse to share that money in higher purposes like that. One will don't want to share with this lobha. We don't want to share anything with us like charities and helping to the mankind, whatever we don't want to share. We are very possessive towards our talents, and not only in money, it is in various areas we have this lobha, this greediness kind of quality. By like we have this lobha in relationships, we have lobham in food, we have lobham in money, we have lobham in the knowledge. So in many areas we have this lobha, we don't want to share with anyone, we want to keep everything to ourselves. This make us feel uh, the poor. We enter into that poverty consciousness even though we have a lot. Because of this lobha, we always experience that poverty consciousness within us. Once we master this lobha, instead of being that poverty in that poverty consciousness, we access ourselves with prosperity consciousness. We ready to share. We let all things flow from our life, that knowledge, money, food, time, everything, whatever talents you have, you're ready to share everything with people for higher good. And next coming to moha. Moha means is having desultory attachments. Love has to be unconditional, beyond expectations, my dear friends. One should not expect anything in return. But moha, when one is attached to someone with some desire, with some benefit from them, they tend to expect more from others, to listen and to act according to them. And they don't tend to consider others' feelings, opinions, or give any personal freedom and space for them. This moha, we suffer people like anything with it moha. Moha is being very like possessive, and so this lobha is like it is egocentric, and we take advantage on people, things for our personal gain and comforts. We must understand what is the difference between unconditional love and moha. We often understand like moha is a love, but it's not, my dear friends. One has to identify such qualities and should have a clarity and clear understanding of moha. This is not moha, and move ourselves from moha to unconditional love, my dear friends. And moha means attaching and holding people with some personal benefits and lack. But when a love is, we spread love, we give love without any expectations, without any attachments. So when we work with your moha, instead of moha, one will feel that unconditional love, my dear friends. Unconditional love is the divine energy within us. And comes to madha. Madha meaning pride, excessive arrogance, related to one's position, education, beauty, caste, religion, status, and wisdom. Oh my God, many things where we have this madam, this arrogance about so many things, my dear friends. Unknowingly, this form as layer. This will form as layers of maya and illusion within us. We are not even aware we are going into this madam, this arrogance. It's just come like that. One should be very aware of this pride and deal with it, beginning of being with non-egoistic state. If you start identifying yourself with this ego, that's it. That's the end. We collapse everything, whatever we gain, the knowledge, energy. So with spiritual knowledge and awareness, we need to remind ourselves not having pride. Even if we feel pride, we should be able to recognize and take measure to, or take something to do some practice to overcome it. So we have to, it is common to have all these arshad vargas, my dear friends. We have these kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, masteryas. Those are inbuilt mechanism, but we have to work with them, and we make sure those are working in a positive way, not a negative way. So coming to Matsarya, Matsarya means jealous, which arises when we compare ourselves with others in terms of materialistic positions and victories and the comforts and or else the popularity, everything, the name and fame they have, we compare with them and we have this jealous within us. When we express true joy and happiness of for others, when they achieve anything that you are wishing for, express your happiness, go and congratulate them. Felt like even you are getting all those things when other people get those things. The universe gives us what you deserve. We should never express jealous towards anyone, because there is no need to be jealous. Every life is different, my dear friends. We are here to experience different kind of lives. We born as king, we born as a warrior, and we born as priest. We took many kinds of incarnations. So in every incarnation, we experience a different kind of life experiences to get knowledge, to become wise. So there is nothing to be feel jealous, my dear friends. So instead of feeling jealous, we will feel happy by looking others' achievements. We have to observe all above inner enemies and conquer these enemies with meditation and spiritual wisdom. We have to win the battle over ourselves, my dear friends. It is when we achieve real success in our life. The real Vijaya Dasami will start in our life when we conquer these inner enemies. So coming to Ekavimsati Stotram, every day we are reciting Ekavimsati Stotram. We are taking 2 slokas from that sloka, from that stotram. So today I want to describe that too. The first one is Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu, या देवी सर्वभूतेषु श्रद्धारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै नमः तस्यै Namah Tasyai Namo Namaha. So, Shraddha. Shraddha means attention in the most outstanding feature in our lives. Whatever we don't pay enough attention on our nourish Sakti energy within ourselves, life tends to flow against to our will and desire, my dear friends. Sedi Sai Baba significant message to mankind is Shraddha and Saburi. So, if we process the picture of Shraddha, the virtue of Shraddha, we tend to incline the pay attention to meditation, spirituality, and Swadhyaya, knowing spiritual wisdom, getting more better, practicing awareness. We take measure to change our lives to every aspect of our life. When we focus on attention towards spirituality and utilize it efficiently, the divine Sakti energy within us awaken and our divinity will improve. This is all depend on our Shraddha, my dear friends. There is a saying in Bhagavad Gita, Shraddhavan labate jnanam. Only through our Shraddha we are able to get that knowledge. And knowledge, the wisdom is the way to step out of all our sufferings and ignorance and our limited thinkings, our arishad vargas. So we have to get that wisdom, then that wisdom comes through our Shraddha. Shraddhavan labate jnanam, my dear friends. So one more slokam from Ekavimsati Stotram is Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Santirupena Samstita Namah Tasyai Namah Tasyai Namah Tasyai Namo Namaha. Everyone wants Santi in their lives, my dear friends. Most of us have everything we need, but lack is peace of mind. Many people, despite having health, wealth, respect in the community, they don't have inner peace. They may be because of it may be because of small reasons like lacking harmony between husband and wife and family, parents, are feeling jealous of others, unable to control their inner enemies, Arshad Vargas. And for sometimes we don't know, we are not aligned with our life purpose. We don't know the what is the purpose of life, why we are here, lack of clarity. And many times fear makes lot of struggle in our mind, my dear friends. We lost all our peace because of the fear and non-acceptance. We are not ready to accept the uncertainty and risk there is always there in our life. Each and every moment there is uncertainty, right? So we are not ready to accept that uncertainty. All these things will create the and take off, create a mess and take off peace from our lives, my dear friends. So also some people have everything but keep suffering with health issues, body pains, anxiety, and lack of peace in our mind because of that. When we practice meditation regularly and understand the wisdom of soul, understand the universal laws, whatever circumstances we are in, no matter, we will able to solve all those problems and start living in a peaceful state. For example, despite of huge that battle is going in Kurukshetra, but Lord Krishna, he is managing himself with peace, my dear friends. He is not losing his control anymore. Most of the times, lack of clarity will create this mess and take off all our peace, my dear friends. Sometimes something will pop in our mind, then that take all our peace out. When we start doing meditation and spiritual practice, reading books and listening to the great masters, we start understanding where and how we are losing this peace. What to do to get back our peaceful life, peaceful state of mind. How to understand situations, how to heal our relationships. We don't take anything personally. practicing detachment, etc. All these practices, most importantly, we start regular practice of meditation. All these things will bring our peace back into our life, my dear friends. So if you continue doing meditation, irrespective of outer situation, we are able to be in that peaceful state like Lord Krishna. So, my dear friends, so with all our meditation practice and everything, we know how to change situations. We accept everyone as they are, understand different level of soul evolution, and behave according to their state. So you step out of all complaints and judgments so that we can remain in peaceful state. And coming back to Devi Navaratri days, we are on second day of celebration, and Mata Brahmacharini Devi. What a wonderful knowledge, my dear friends, about Mata Brahmacharini Devi. We have to live in this that Brahma Jnana Sthiti. That is what Brahmacharini Sthiti. So, which means acting out of our Brahma Jnana, reconnecting to our true essence. So, we are not only bodily beings, we are infinite beings, universal beings. After we start inner journey, we came to know and experience that we are not only bodily beings, we are souls. After this Atma Jnanam, next comes Brahma Jnanam. At this state, we enter into the oneness and experience I am not only Atma, I am Paramatma. We start experiencing that state. I am all that is. Everything is one. If you live in your life fully aware of this ultimate wisdom called Brahma Jnana, that is called Brahmacharyam. We all took this birth on this planet to attain this Brahmajnanam. We already know this. So, to attain this, we must have to practice meditation, my dear friends. So, we all took birth on this planet, this earth planet to attain this Brahmacharini state. So, shall we start meditation for a few minutes, my dear friends? Please sit with your crossed foot, clasped fingers, and closed eyes. Start observing your normal, natural, easy, soft flow of breath. Don't inhale or exhale forcefully, my dear friends. Just observe your normal, natural flow of breathing. Don't open your eyes for 5 minutes. We're doing a wonderful meditation today. One must do meditation according to their age. 12 years, 12 minutes. 30 years, 13 minutes. 30 minutes. 50 years, 50 minutes. We have to sit in meditation with closed eyes, my dear friends. Meditation is the key. No matter whatever we learn and listen again and again, if you want to practice all those things in your daily life, you have to practice meditation. दधाना करपद्माभ्याम् अक्षमालाकमण्डली देवी प्रसीदतु मही ब्रह्मचारिण्यनुत्तमा दधाना करपद्माभ्याम् अक्षमालाकमण्डली देवी प्रसीदतु मही ब्रह्मचारिण्यनुत्तमा. My dear friends, we are here to become Brahmacharini. When we live our lives with the ultimate and greater understanding that we are the gods, that is Brahmajnana, my dear friends. That is our Adi Tattva. Adi Lakshmi Jaganmataram Bhavayet आद्यन्तरहिता अनन्तलक्ष्मीं सदादिलक्ष्मी जगन्माता भावयेत्। आद्यन्तरहिता अनन्तलक्ष्मीं सदादिलक्ष्मी जगन्मातरं भावयेत्। सूर्यचन्द्राग्नितेजो मण्डलान्तराम् आर्यां सुभक्तां तरङ्गान्तरां शिवाम्। सूर्यचन्द्राग्नितेजो मण्डलान्तराम् आर्यां सुभक्तां तरङ्गान्तरां शिवाम्। कार्यसिद्धिप्रदा कल्याणकारिणि दुर्या महेश्वरी दुर्गादिरूपिणि दुर्या महेश्वरी दुर्गादिरूपिणि आदिलक्ष्मी जगन्मातरं भावयेत्। आद्यन्तरहिता अनन्तलक्ष्मीं सदा आदिलक्ष्मी जगन्मातरं भावयेत्। रक्षाकृतिं जगल्लक्षणविदायिनी अक्षीणमहिमान्वितां शुद्धसिद्धिदाम्। रक्षाकृतिं जगल्लक्षणविदायिनी अक्षीणमहिमान्वितां शुद्धसिद्धिदाम्। ईक्षितार्धप्रदा दिव्यगुणसंयुता मोक्षलक्ष्मी महालक्ष्मी हरिप्रिया मोक्षलक्ष्मी महालक्ष्मी हरिप्रिया आदिलक्ष्मी जगन्मातरं भावयेत्। आद्यन्तरहिता अनन्तलक्ष्मीं सदा आदिलक्ष्मी जगन्मातरं भावयेत्। We are Adilakshmi, my dear friends. We come from that Jagannatha state to experience some humanly things on this physical body. Reconnecting to our true essence, infinity, with this limited circumstances, with this physical body, is the state of Brahmacharini state, my dear friends. One must need to do meditation and reading books, spiritual practices like practicing awareness, self-observation, participating Sajjana Sangatya, listening to great gurus. Through all these practices, we are able to attain that Brahmacharini state. It is possible, my dear friends. It is possible. Because it is our true state, our true essence. Last 30 seconds, be with your breath. दधानाकरपद्माभ्याम् अक्षमालाकमण्डली देवी प्रसीदतु मही ब्रह्मचारिण्यनुत्तमा। दधानाकरपद्माभ्याम् अक्षमालाकमण्डली देवी प्रसीदतु मही ब्रह्मचारिण्यनुत्तमा। Slowly place your both hands on your eyes. Touch your eyes with your fingertips gently for 4 seconds. Whenever you're ready to open your eyes, take your hands up and open your eyes, my dear friends. What a wonderful meditation. So, this is what I wish to share about day 2 of Devi Navaratri and about a little knowledge about Vijayadashami. So thank you so much for listening to this video, my dear friends. Please share this wisdom to your friends, your relatives and your neighbors. Please spread this awareness. The actual celebration and a real Vijayadashami will start when we attain and awaken these inner energies and a real victory in our life, my dear friends. We have to spread these wonderful wisdom to everyone. So please share this video through your social medias and through your contacts. Thank you so much. We will meet again tomorrow with more wisdom to know more about this Devi Navaratri and Vijayadashmi. Please subscribe to our channel. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.